Okay, cool. The new album, Color the Soul, is out very soon. It's out May 13th, I believe.
May 20th.
May 20th. Shit.
Yeah. No worries, man.
It's all right.
I've got three interviews today. One's releasing their
Honestly,
album on
like a gun to
13th.
my head, I probably would have been like, I need to be looking to the papers too.
Yeah. No worries at all. We just did another interview. It's all good.
Yeah.
Fresh in our heads.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But it's out in May. I do know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I do know that it's called Color the Soul, which is
That's right.
interesting. It's quite a vibrant title for such a heavy band.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's based off of like Carl Jung's like philosophies and psychology sort of thing. So it's like heavily endorsing a sort of vibrant nature. So it's actually the right wording you use there for sure.
there you go. See, I do my research, even if not,
Yeah.
not to the fullest extent when it comes to release dates.
Where in the UK are you from?
Well, I'm from Swindon, which is actually where I am at the moment.
Oh, right.
I live up north, but I'm down visiting family at the moment. But that wasn't
Right.
the story for
Yeah.
the interviews.
I'm from Manchester originally, but I moved
really?
to Canada when I was 7. So
Yeah.
yeah. But I go back and forth because I've got lots of family in northern Wales as well. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, back and forth all the time.
It's funny. I was trying to place your accent. And I was just
Yeah,
like,
it's a weird one for sure.
yeah. But I'm listening to it going, Danish?
Yeah. Danish. Oh yeah, maybe.
It's that Manchester via Toronto kind of
Yeah.
thing. Has turned into a Danish man.
Yeah. Our roots are coming back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're just joining us, I'm here with Based.
Yeah.
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 Obviously, it's been 5 years since the previous album. One would imagine that COVID played a big role in delaying release and all that kind of thing. Was that the only factor in there being such a long gap in between albums, or other
The
situations?
original.
Yeah, I would say it's probably the least defining factor, just because at the time actually Alex was studying in London, England, so like a lot of us were moving back and forth, recording there. Then he came back, we recorded here. So there was actually a few different factors. I'm sure Alex has a few more but like
Yeah, like we wrote the album in 2018. Like
Oh,
the
wow.
vast majority of it was all written then, and then we sorry, someone just walked in. So yeah, we all wrote the album in 2018, and then our drummer ended up leaving shortly after that.
Mhm.
So then we kind of had to rearrange, find a new drummer basically, and all that to finish recording the record and all that. So that was the initial thing, because our drummer had left for a health issue in his hand, which is obviously very important when you're a drummer. So it was a very difficult kind of thing there, and we were just kind of sort of figuring out what to do and how to, because you don't want to just kick someone out because they have a health issue or something
Yeah.
like that. That's not the kind of people we are, or something like that. So, but then the entire world had a health issue, so it kind of it was a little convenient in that regard, because
Yeah.
then people stopped asking us like, "Oh, what's taking so long?" Because it's like, "Oh, well, it must be the old pandemic."
Yeah. But in reality, yeah, that was kind of the least defining thing, just because it's like we just realized, well, this is more or less a sign for everyone. I think a lot of people, like, if you were to take a silver lining from all of this pandemic, it would be, well, I guess have to reassess my situation with a lot of life in general. And so it was good for that, actually, because we were able to sit there and go, well, we have a lineup change, we have a sound change, relatively like halfway between it. We were kind of like thinking more along the lines of like our own sound, I guess, in a way. Like we've always been trying to search for it, but I think it kind of just found us, and we were like, oh, there it is. And so we kind of really took the time, and some of the riffs we gutted from some of the original singles. So the singles Home and Atom of I came out back in 2019 or so, and we were like, we had like completely different riffs for both those songs for a while, and then it kind of became what they were then. and even now on the re-release, they're completely mixed different as well. So yeah.
Yeah, everything's kind of evolved really nicely though. Like
Mhm.
I think with our previous releases, like even different sections of the album kind of have different sort of flavors or sounds.
Yeah.
But so I think this is like the first album where it's like a congruent, cohesive, like this is what Unbowed kind of sounds like.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So if like you say you'd written most, if not all, the album in 2018,
Yeah.
obviously musicians grow very rapidly.
Yeah.
So by the time you got around to recording or even coming up to releasing the album, is there any, listening back to it now, is there anything that you feel you would have liked to have redone or um, anything like that to kind of showcase where you're at in the current day musically?
There's like sort of small little aspects where I would think like oh, I might play that kind of thing differently now, or
Mm.
this like sort of minimal things. But I think because we put so much time into each of these songs and we really kind of pulled them apart and put them back together, we know like we're so confident in like these songs as songs that there isn't a lot I would really do um, differently at this point. Maybe specific things about guitar playing or something, or a drum fill here or there. But like, there's no like overall, I'm incredibly confident in this material. I'm really happy with
Mhm.
it still, which is I'm very thankful for because it,
Yeah,
you write something that long ago and then you're putting it out now. You obviously run the risk of not identifying with it as much anymore.
yeah, but it shows how good the material is. Then, if 4 years later you're still very excited by it, and
Yeah,
would be eager for
absolutely.
people to hear it.
I'm still just so excited for other people to hear it and
Mm.
to get it out there. So yeah, I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, I almost see it as like a body of work, and so the album art was very indicative of that. So it's like an inner journey. You can see like a soul map of this individual looking inside, sort of thing. And a lot of the music sonically would be like the muscle bones and all of that to the song, and then the lyrics kind of go on top of that as like the passion and drive for that machine of man sort of thing. And so
Mm.
having years to kind of hone the body in a sense, it also gave me time to um, like re-experience the type of concepts that the runes that we took and placed within the different aspects of what we would define as the soul, and understand that my own path and everything that I'm doing will change constantly. Like you say, a lot of artists are extremely like they evolve all the time, and so it's funny kind of journaling the path like that in a artistic sense of the lyrics as well.
Very interesting.
Mm.
And you've done a video, the album as well for Hero Lux. My Latin is about as good as my Danish.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it means hero light or something of that.
that's right. Mhm.
What was it about this song that you felt represented the album well enough to be presented as the single or the video?
To me, it's kind of very much so symbolic of like the beginning of a journey. So one author that's extremely important to what we write is Joseph Campbell,
Mhm.
and he's very important for like things such as Star Wars in modern times, and he does the hero's journey. And so it's all about the monomyth and how basically no matter what culture you look at, or whatever myth you look at from time and history, it really realistically shows a quite wholesome message, which is that all of us on earth, no matter the time and place, we all want the same thing. We want to be happy, we want to protect people, we want to make sure that our loved ones are kept safe, and we want to make sure that we're growing constantly in order to prove that we have lived the fullest life. And so a lot of his writing is in this, and Hero Lux is actually um yeah, like as you say, it's hero like. You can see that as like Jesus's halo. You can see that as Cú Chulainn from the Irish myths, his halo that he gets when he turns into like I think they say like a ball of arms and swords, basically. So he becomes so ferocious that he kind of emanates this almost angelic look.
Yeah.
But that sort of thing is essentially what you would call part of the monomyth. So in every culture, you have this this heightened state of being wherein the person almost glows, where it's like you've almost begun and you've realized your truest self, sort of thing. And so the rune we use with that single cover is called Algiz, and that is essentially like meeting the inner animal and meeting that sort of thing that guards you from the primal waters that would make you the best you possible. And so to unleash the whole album with that first song was super important to us, just because it's kind of the danger of moving forth, but the necessity to move forth, I guess, in one sense.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the video itself is very striking as well. It's really
Oh, thank you.
kind of
Yeah.
lighting effects.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man, yeah.
it's actually done by a local artist called Michael Krusty, and he
Okay.
does a lot of the music videos for the surrounding artists in this area of Canada, or this area of Southern Ontario, I guess, more specifically. But we told him essentially what we wanted was like a circular motion. So again, kind of indicative of that hero's journey. Everything's circular.
Yeah.
And then we told him we want it to be quite black, and so not everything's illuminated yet within the mind. And then he took that and ran, basically made it look fantastic. So we had done one music video beforehand, actually, that your website covered way back in the day, and we did that all by ourselves on a GoPro. And I had just gotten my wisdom teeth out, and it's it's like kind of you can tell something is a little off, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you know, that's why I had no idea that you were British, is because the teeth are too good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we were just discussing Canadian healthcare and the dental system's improving as we speak, so that's nice.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're gonna make it free, which is awesome.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
still have to pay for it here.
Yeah, I know, right? It sucks.
and I'm moving back there soon, so I'm gonna miss the free healthcare and stuff. But
Just come back for your teeth and then go
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
yeah.
I don't understand why anyone would come back here, man. This island is a shithole.
Oh no, we love it. Honestly, like the history and everything there, it's just beautiful. Also, I have a romantic view, obviously, because I live here. But like,
Yeah,
family,
Yeah.
friends are still over there, right? So yeah.
this is it. You know, when you have that kind of connection and
Hmm.
that kind of outlook, then any place can be romantic. I mean, like I say, I'm in Swindon, which is like the asshole of the universe. But because I come back and I go, oh, it's good here, isn't it?
Yeah, if you left, you'd
Yeah.
be like, oh, Swindon, you know? Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Home is home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something else very striking about this album is the artwork. Is this also done by the guy that did the video, or is this a completely different artist?
No, the artwork was done by actually the same lady who did our very first release, a girl named Marta. I'm not going to try and say her last name because it's Polish.
Oh,
I'm gonna say Marta S for now.
Okay.
Sokolowska, something like that. I don't know, but she's an awesome artist, and she was kind enough to do our very first EP back in 2013. And so when it came time to do this one again, like every release we've had the same guy on our cover, and he's worked in somehow. So the very first time we had this figure drawn, it was drawn by Marta. So we thought it would be a kind of a good return to form to have her do the art again for this album, almost 10 years later since our first release. And she was up for it and absolutely knocked it out of the park again. So yeah. I was really, really happy with it.
Mhm.
No, it's a really, really cool piece of art. You know, it's quite
Thanks,
stunning.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely wanted it to stick out amongst a lot of the maybe more evil looking things coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also cool. We love that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with evil
Yeah.
stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, there's, like you said, there's a place for that kind of thing, and then there's also, you know, when you've got something that is different and presents a different take on an already established thing or whatever, then that just makes it more appealing. You know, you want to.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
I used to buy albums just based on the artwork.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
same. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. That's the only reason I got into Behemoth. It was when I was 12 and I went to HMV and I got my brother, I think, to buy me the Apostasy because I turned it around and they just looked so cool on it. I was like, I have to hear this.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, like I still want to tap into that same, our albums have to look sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I remember
funny.
when I was like 11, saw Lindsay Lohan CD. I was like, she's hot. I bought it. Yeah.
It's funny because the opposite happened to my sister. She had an issue of Kerrang and she saw a Satyricon in there.
Oh yeah.
And they all had like the leather jackets and the slick back hair and the glasses.
Yeah.
And she kind of thought, "Oh, they're nice."
Yeah.
And she goes to me, "Oh, do you have any Satricon albums?" I'm like, "What the fuck did you just say?" Yeah. I said, "No, but I'll play you some." And I found some online and she just like turned white. She's like, "Yeah, I don't like it."
That's not what it said on the tin.
That's funny. I've shown my sister Satyricon. She was like, "Sounds like a bunch of goblins." That's
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe they don't sound like goblins, but you do have several guests on this album. How's that for a segue?
No, that was fucking good, man.
That was almost as good as the health crisis.
Yeah, right.
Segue you did earlier.
Yeah.
Boom, we're killing it.
Oh, teamwork makes the dream work on this one, man.
100%.
Yeah. So, like you say, you got Joel from Woods of Reaper on there.
Yeah.
Ref from Fintroll. Who's the other one? The guy
and then
from
the other one's
Motherboard.
a guy named Frederick Jensen. He actually is, segue, a Danish guitarist. There we go.
Found it.
Oh man, it all just ties together, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fucking amazing to get Ref from Fintroll on, because obviously, like, we've when we started the band, we were in high school. We were incredibly into folk metal. Vreth is an icon for us. So to have him like on our album was amazing. And same thing with Joel. Like, Joel has, like, obviously to people from our area of Canada and Canada as a whole, Woods of Ypres is such an important band, and then Throssenblatt as well. So it's like to have these people who are like heroes to us involved directly with our music now. It's like, it's really incredible and very validating as musicians.
And they're such nice, like, down-to-earth people too. Like, you'd imagine that a lot of people, like, you know, people say don't meet your heroes sort of thing, and like, I'm sure that is true most of the time. And like, I'm sure we all have a few stories like that sort of thing. But no, they're two just like some of the wholesomest dudes I've ever spoken to. Just over Gmail, it was like, to the point now where like Joel's almost like, I would consider him a friend, just like from talking back and forth and how much he actually cared to put into this album and like talk to us about it. The only reason me or Alex know about some of the stuff from like Joseph Campbell, the author we were talking about, is because Throssenblatt 2, the second album, was just all about the Hero with a Thousand Faces, which is the first book by that guy. That I had ever read. So so it had a huge impact on a lot of Throssenblatt. I'm assuming quite a bit on Woods of Ypres too, to an extent, just because I know both of them were very intelligent guys. And so, like, us as kids reading that stuff was super crucial to, I guess, the people we've become today as well. So I made sure to let him know that, and he was like, "Oh, absolutely, same for me, man." Like, so he fully got the album, really understood the song he was gonna make and like what it would be doing in between the two songs that we wanted him. So yeah,
it was absolutely amazing. And I don't want to leave Frederick out, but Frederick was actually a friend of mine. When I was living in England studying music production, we were writing the album. Frederick was at the same school as me in London, and he was from Denmark, and he was the only other metal guy at the school. And like, we kind of knew we would get along, and then I saw him play guitar, and I was just like, "Holy shit, you're way better than me!" So, absolutely. So he has the fucking sickest solo on the record. Like, I'm incredibly thankful for that as well.
Nice. It's good that they all seem to be on there really contributing as well. They're not there just to go, "Hey, we've got Ref from Fintroll," or whatever. It's like they really get what's going on, and they really
they were really interested in the album and wanted to understand what they were adding to, for sure. And they absolutely went above and beyond. Like, Vreth, at the very end of the song that Vreth does, he does one long held scream for 11 seconds, just fucking like consistent. And when you listen to that dry vocal, it's just like you can hear his voice like fucking up. It's just like, dude, he put in some extra work for just some losers from Canada. So it's amazing. It's really, really awesome, man.
Well, just finally then, what's the plans going forward once the album was released? Do you have live dates lined up?
We're gonna have a tour in Canada in July. which we'll be announcing those dates for pretty soon, hopefully next month, once everything gets solidified.
Okay.
And then after that, we hopefully will get to America this year, if not next year.
Mhm.
And then ideally, especially because Ioan's going to be going back over your way,
Yeah.
hopefully we'll set up some UK dates and do a little run over there.
Mhm.
Good.
Yeah.
It'll be nice to welcome you guys back. Welcome back. Who the fuck are you?
Oh no,
Yeah, that's what we're gonna say on stage. Oh, it's so good to be back with all of our English fans.
I'll come find you. You have to give me a tour of Swindon. We'll go for a pint or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or are you gonna be up north?
I'll probably be back up north then, yeah. But
Oh yeah.
there's not
Yeah.
really much to show around Huddersfield either.
No. Okay. Yeah.
Either way, it's like there's where the heroin addicts go.
Yeah. Well, I say I'm from Manchester, but it's like Rochdale or Oldham sort of area.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
Great
like,
Manchester.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's quite the word to use for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
It sounds a lot nicer than our Manchester.
Yeah, that's true.
Manchester.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, lads, thank you very much. This has been a lot of fun to talk to you, and I really do wish you the best with this album because it sounds like
Thanks very much.
real good piece of work.
Yeah,
Thanks
nice
so
to meet
much,
you.
Oliver. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Really appreciate you taking the time to do this with us.
Hey, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah.